so much better with a friend than by yourself. The cover picture is a doorway to another land. So gather round, let the story take us by the hand. We're telling tales with friends, and we've got plans for you. Darkness playing Goldilocks, despair is peekaboo. Here's thrilling Larry and our Harry, great to have you all. Stories are for everyone, beyond old, big and small. Tales and Friends. Little Red Riding Hood. Little Red Riding Hood is played by Giggs. The mother is played by Al. The granny is played by Eve. The wolf is played by Hug. Once upon a time, there was a little girl who lived in the woods. She loved to explore the woods wearing her big red hood, so everyone called her Little Red Riding Hood, or Red for short. One day, she wanted to visit her granny on the other side of the woods. Her mother helped her pack a picnic basket full of delicious food to bring along. Once everything was packed, her mother gave her a kiss and said, "Don't let the food get cold. Go straight to Granny's house." "I will," said Red as she kissed her mom and skipped off into the forest. As she ran through the woods, the smell of the food in the basket attracted many furry friends. First, a fluffy squirrel scurried up and gave the basket a sniff. "I would sure love a bite of that apple pie," the squirrel said, rubbing his belly. "And I would love to give you a bite," Red smiled, "but this is for my granny, and it's getting cold, so I have to be going." The squirrel understood and waved as Red went on her way. Then a little blue jay flew down from a tree. "Something smells delicious," she chirped. "I would love a bite of that bread." "Sorry, this is for my granny," Red smiled, "and it's getting cold, so I have to be going." The blue jay understood and waved as Red went on her way. Then another animal crept out of the woods. It was a big wolf with big ears, big eyes, and big white teeth. The wolf seemed a bit scary to Red. "What delicious food you have," the wolf growled. "I would love a bite of everything." Red didn't like the wolf, but she was still polite. "I would love to give you a bite," Red said, "but this is for my granny, and it's getting cold, so I have to be going." And with that, she left the wolf in the woods and continued to her granny's. But the wolf was really hungry and wanted that food, so he ran to Granny's house as fast as he could. When he got there, he saw that Granny was down by the stream washing her clothes. So he had an idea. He would sneak into the house, dress up like her, and trick Red into giving him the food. As the wolf got into Granny's bed, wearing her nightgown and cap, Red opened the front door. "Granny," she yelled, "I'm here with lunch." The wolf disguised his gruffy growl with a high voice, shouted, "Hi, dear, why don't you bring the food here?" Red ran into Granny's room. She looked at her granny, but something didn't seem right. "Why do you have such big ears?" she asked. "Oh, these," said the wolf, trying to sound like Granny. "The better to hear you with, my dear." Red wasn't convinced and stepped closer. "And why do you have such big eyes, Granny?" "The better to see you with, my dear," the wolf said impatiently. But Red still wasn't sure, so she stepped even closer. "And why do you have such big teeth?" "The better to eat that delicious food," the wolf answered as he jumped from the bed, trying to grab the basket. "You're not my granny," Red yelled. "You're the big bad wolf from the woods." Just then, Granny came into the room. "Is that you, big bad wolf?" The wolf jumped out of bed with his tail between his legs. "Yes," he said. "I'm sorry for lying, but I was just so hungry." "Wow," Granny said. I don't like lies. Not from people, and especially not from big bad wolves. But if you are truly sorry, you can have lunch with us. I'm sorry, said the wolf, and promised to never lie again. Granny celebrated by inviting everyone in the woods to enjoy a delicious picnic. The end.